How's everybody doing? My name is Kurt Friedrich and I'm the owner-driver of CFRacing, and welcome to our third post-race video of the 2025 racing season. First off, I want to thank my family, Malou, Ty, and Tad. Malou for all her help at the track and also here at the shop, getting the go-kart ready for the races, and all her work at the track, helping with cleaning tires and whatever else I'm needing her assistance with. Also Tad, he helps a little bit getting stuff ready, loading the truck up and unloading the truck before the races, and also he had his juice box race. He spends most of the time at the track just running around and playing those just like a little kid's supposed to be doing. I also want to thank our sponsors, Gems by Danny on eBay. Gems by Danny on eBay is an online sales website. Basically they sell cheap gemstones, cheap loose gemstones and cheap loose settings. Basically for buyers who want to put a little bit of their customized touch. They can pick which gemstone they want and which setting they want, or maybe they have their own loose gemstones that they want to put in a setting and put a little bit of their customized touch, customized and personal touch to the jewelry pieces. So please check out Gems by Denny on eBay. Also TNT Stocks, that's a YouTube page that I've created for, it's a day trading simulation, basically for entertainment purposes only, what day trading would look like if you are into that sort of thing. So please check out TNT Stocks for some useful information when it comes to day trading stocks. Also Quick Signs for their help. They supply us with all the decals and stuff that we got here on the go-kart. It's been hard to find somebody who will help us out with buying decals. So they've been a big help for us and always come through for us, so I'm glad to help promote their business. Also Black Hat Speed for the Car engine that we ran this weekend. No problems there, lots of power, always from Black Hat Speed. And also I want to thank you all the fans for continuing to watch these videos and keeping up with what we have going on with our racing adventures. We also did make 10 subscribers on our YouTube videos, so shout out to Cam Probst, one of our guys that we race against. He did subscribe to us. Appreciate you subscribing to us and being the 10th subscriber to our YouTube channel. And yeah, just appreciate you guys all following along with what we've got going on, and you know, we're trying to keep you guys entertained with some good results. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start talking about the race events. So practice. Was pretty much just running in the middle with the practice, nothing major going on there. Just got out on the track, get some laps logged, see how the kart is handling and see how the track is coming in. When it came to qualifying, we did time trials this week, so I was practicing a few things with the with air pressures and the different types of tires that I was running, and surprised they did pretty well finally when it comes to qualifying. For Hobby 375, we qualified 3rd out of 7. In Hobby 400, we qualified 2nd out of 5th. So pretty good results there. When it came to the races, Tad had his juice box race. He finished 2nd out of 2. And honestly, I didn't even know there was another juice box racer out there. I was getting some help from my buddy Tim Hammock with tires, trying to get the stagger right. And before we went into the races, the next thing I know, over the intercom, they were calling for the juice box drivers. And I saw Tad over by the starting grid, and I'm looking at Malou, and I'm kind of yelling at both of them because I can't leave the tires for the work that we were doing. And then one of the other buddies, Jeremy, says to Tad, he goes, "Aren't you racing juice box?" Tad's like, "Yeah." So well, you better get over there. And Tad comes running over. I get Malou to start getting the juice box ready. They get him seated in there, and on the track he goes. I was still working tires, but I was able to watch him a little bit. He took off, and the little girl took off out in front of him. I thought maybe it was just because she was half the weight he is. She pulled away from him, which he's 5 and you know 40, 45 pounds, 42 pounds maybe. She looked like she was about 3, probably only about 25 pounds. And as it turned out, he had the juice box in 1st gear instead of 3rd gear. when the race finished, I saw him at the finish line, kind of upset. Lou's over there talking to him, trying to console him. I guess she kept telling him, put it in third gear, put it in third gear. He didn't do it. So hopefully he learned his lesson this time to put it in third gear. But hey, you know, his second race, and that's why we're getting him out there on the juice boxes, for him to learn some of these lessons. So yeah, he was upset, but maybe next time maybe he'll get it on the next one. All right, let's go ahead and start talking about the races for us. So again, Hobby 375, we started in third. It was pretty eventful. There were a lot of cautions. Nothing that happened with first, second, and third us. But when we would fire off, I was able to keep with first and second. Even got up to second at one point in time as those two battled for the lead. But once we started getting a few laps in, then they just started pulling away. And then after a few cautions, and then as the race started going on, the second half of the race pretty much went without any cautions, and I slowly would just fall back one by one, and ended up finishing the race in fifth place. Did everything I could do to hold them off. I knew that I was having some issues with long run speed, but they just had too much for me on the long run speed, and ended up finishing fifth out of seven. So disappointed with the finish, but I did learn something with it, with what I was trying to do with the tires. I know why we finished, why we kept falling back. So that's the plus out of that. When it came to Hobby 400, started the race off in second, and right at the start, the guy in third, he got me right on the start, so I fell back to third. He pulled away a little bit, but now I had a different set of tires on, and it seemed like now it was opposite. I had a long run speed. I was able to run him down. I don't think we had any cautions in this race, but I was able to run him down, catch up to him, make the pass, and then when I made the pass, we were about 5 laps to go or something. So then it's like, hey, I knew with these karts, I knew that he was going to be right on my back bumper. And I'm seeing 2 laps to go, and I'm just telling myself, all right, 2 laps to go, and we get a second place finish. Hit my marks, was going in the first and second turn. Next thing I know, I'm getting hit. The kart's turning sideways, and I thought I was about to fly into the tire bales. And I tried to cut it down to block them from passing me. I didn't slide up the track into the tires, so fortunately I didn't wreck. But I couldn't keep them down below me. They moved me up the track again, and third place guy, he got by me, and as he's going by, then fourth place guy got by me. So it took me by surprise, and didn't know really what was going on back there. Just knew all of a sudden I was getting turned sideways, I almost getting wrecked. So ended up finishing Hobby 400 fourth out of fifth. Right when he came off the track, the guy who finished second, he came up to me and he says, hey, that wasn't me, that was the guy who was behind me. He hit me and pushed me into you, and that's what happened. And then the guy who did that, he came up to me, talked to me after the race. He owned it. He said that was his fault. Hey, you know, if he's apologizing and he owns it, then I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I was just like, hey, you know, I passed you clean, but if you made a mistake, you know, and it doesn't keep happening, then we just go on to the next race and keep racing good and have some good racing and go on from that. But hopefully that's not something that keeps happening on that guy. If it does, then we'll handle it how we have to handle it when that time comes. But let's hope it doesn't come to that. All right, so yeah, it was a very eventful weekend. Our goals were to be competitive. We were definitely competitive. Be consistent. We consistently got up front. And we didn't spin out at all. I don't think I spin out a single time with all the cautions or anything, not even on my own. So that was a big plus. That's something that we wanted to work on for this weekend. Third one was finish up front. Well, we didn't meet that goal, but we were competitive and we were consistent. And if we can keep doing those two things, the finishing up fronts will come. Our next race is at Capital City Speedway again. So let's keep working on that. Maybe the next one we'll finish up front those races, and who knows, maybe get a win the next race. So looking forward, that's going to be this upcoming weekend, so we'll have another video here soon for the pre-race video. Looking forward to getting back on the track with and see what we can do there. That's pretty much all we got for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed hearing the stories what we had this weekend. Again, want to thank our sponsors. We are looking for a primary sponsor to have here on the front of the go-kart. We got stickers, decals of the flags of the U.S., wife from the Philippines, and in my home state of North Carolina. Basically have those on there because I don't like to have a bare go-kart. But if anybody's interested in getting a little bit more exposure for your company, we'd be glad to have you come on board, and we'd be glad to help promote your company. And also remember, you're not just putting a decal on our go-kart, you're also considered a member of the team. Again, I want to thank our current sponsors, Jim's by Denny on eBay, TNT Stocks, and Quick Signs for all their continued support. And last but not least, I want to thank my wife Blue for all of her help in filming these videos. And don't forget to comment, rate, share, and subscribe, all of the above. And we'll see you in a few days for the next video. Until then, take it easy.